All right, so we're going to listen to Cenk Uygur on Piers Morgan debating. I don't know the name of this guy. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him before, but they're going to be debating about Hamas, Israel, and Iran. So let's get right to it. Before we do, make sure to subscribe, like, leave your comments. Follow me at Rafi the Realtor for all of your real estate needs in the Miami and Greater South Florida area, and you can support the channel via the Buy Me a Coffee link in the description or pinned comment. Let's get into it.
The Palestinian, or excuse me, the Hamas charter from 2017. Can you point to me where it states what the actual land of Palestine consists of that they say is being occupied right now? Do you know what it actually says?
So you know that. I don't care about the Hamas charter. I care about the Palestinian.
Okay, well, you
people.
should. No, okay,
B,
so okay,
I know
so,
what happened in
hold on,
1948.
Sink, you got
does
your chance to speak.
does
It's mine
Israel
now.
exist?
Hold on, Sink. I asked you a specific
Okay,
question.
does Palestine
You had your chance.
exist?
No. I asked you a specific question and you didn't want to. So I'm going to read it for you. This is my response.
No, I don't give a damn
Hold on,
about that charter.
Sink,
Why
this
would
is
I care?
important. No,
well,
no.
Israel
Because
voted
this is Hamas's stance. You don't care about
the
this charter?
Palestinians forever.
You don't care
so
about
how
this? You don't care about what their
Well, I'm interested. Hang on.
You don't
Don't
care about
talk over
official
each other.
stance?
Please don't talk over each other. I'm interested in hearing it. So, Matt, read it to us.
Yeah, so this is from paragraph 2, the land of Palestine. Palestine, which it extends from the River Jordan in the east to the Mediterranean in the west, and from Ras al-Nakura in the north to al-Rashash in the south, is an integral territorial unit. It is the land and the home of the Palestinian people. The expulsion and banishment of the Palestinian people from their land and the establishment of the Zionist entity therein do not annul the right of the Palestinian people to their entire land and do not entrench any rights therein for the usurping Zionist entity. When they talk about occupation, they're not talking about Gaza because both Sink, you, we all know that there were 0 Israeli troops inside of Gaza on October 7th. Further, when you gave that interview to that spokesperson, you asked him specifically, whether they're going to lay down their arms, how it's going to go. He continued to state that they were going to resist. And what does that resisting basically consist of? Well, we can refer to paragraph 25 in their charter. Resisting the occupation with all means and methods is a legitimate right guaranteed by divine laws and by international norms and laws. At the heart of these lie armed resistance, which is regarded as a strategic choice for protecting the principles and the rights of the Palestinian people. By all means and methods. Sink. All means and methods would include rape, it would include murder, it would include burning down villages, and all of those things. And you want to sit back and you want to paint them and say they're not a terrorist entity and the United States should stay out of it. You're a U.S. citizen, are you not?
I didn't say that.
Oh, no, wait, you're not. Oh, I'm sorry, Joe Kent. You had stated that.
No,
Joe
I
Kent,
am a U.S. citizen.
I
didn't say they weren't a terrorist organization. You're doing stupid Israeli talking points, and I'm very happy to answer them.
This isn't an Israeli. Hold on. This isn't an Israeli talking point. This is a Hamas talking point. Further, you're a U.S. citizen. You said that we shouldn't do anything about them. What about the U.S. citizens? Namely, let's go with the last one that Hamas killed, Hersh Goldberg. He was taken hostage. Should the U.S. have sat idly by and allowed this radical terrorist organization to take U.S. citizens and kill them? What's your stance on that? And Joe,
now he's asked me
another question.
Okay, now you've asked me a number of questions. Can I answer them?
Absolutely. Okay. I'd love to hear your
excuse. Number one, okay, here we go. So number one, Israel has killed 10 U.S. citizens in the last 3 years. No one has been arrested. So our government is saying Israel is allowed to murder U.S. citizens, and we won't ask them to even arrest the people who did it. So that is how little the Israelis think of U.S. citizens. They take our money. They've taken over $300 billion. We haven't sent a dime to the Palestinians. All we do is fund the endless genocides and wars of Israel because they bribe 94% of our Congress. They bribe people like you and people in media to pretend that they're innocent. Now, the reality is...
How am I bribed, Sink?
Hamas is
are you
fighting
alleging
back
that I'm
against
being
an
paid?
occupation.
How am I bribed?
No, I don't care. Maybe you grovel to Israel for free. I don't really care why you suck up to Israel when you should be caring about America and our American boys and girls that are dying for Israel for no damn reason, and all of our money being stolen by the Israelis for no reason. And you come on here about the Palestinians resist their occupation in the wrong way. Hey, I thought I was going to get to answer. I thought I was going to get the answer.
Well, until
you come in here crying about,
allegation
the
against me that I'm
Israelis.
paid.
Okay, no. So every time he talks over me, so you say, oh, the Israelis are murdering and taking hostages, and for 80 years they've pulverized the Palestinians. And by the way, you mentioned from the river to the sea. Netanyahu has said Israel is going to take from the river to the sea. Hamas's charter is entirely theoretical because they have no power to execute it. Israel actually is executing from the river to the sea, and they did a genocide, and they murdered over 76,000 people to do that. And you say, oh, what Israel does from the river to the sea, when they murder 23,000 children, no big deal. But when the Palestinians dare to fight back against their enslavement, all of a sudden, I can't believe what terrorist Palestinians are. It's the least they could do to fight back against those monsters.
So the least that Hamas could do to
the
fight
Israelis
back.
are the core monsters here.
Hold on, this is clear. The least.
I will let Matt quickly respond to what you just said at the end.
The least that Hamas could do to fight back against the monsters was October 7th. That's your stance, to be clear.
No, I didn't say October 7th. I said fighting back in terms of resistance against their military.
Oh, resistance.
And right now, Israel has a worse civilian kill ratio than Hamas. So if I acknowledge that Hamas is terrorist, then you must acknowledge, that Israel is worse terrorist. Far worse terrorist.
That's not true.
These debates are just ridiculous. The major difference here is that Hamas would absolutely annihilate Israel if it could. It just can't. Israel can and doesn't. That is really what this boils down to. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, leave your comments. Follow me at Rafi the Realtor for all of your real estate needs in South Florida. And you can support my work and the channel by going to the Buy Me a Coffee link in the pinned comment or description. I look forward to you tuning into the next one. Until next time, peace.